Can riding a bicycle really help strength athletes? It can when that bicycle is equipped with PowerCranks.
Ted O'Neill, owner of Diablo Barbell Club here in Concord, California. You're only as strong as your weakest link, and the chain is only as strong as its weakest link is definitely true in any kind of strength sport or athletics. If someone's hamstring deficient, then they're not going to be as good of a squatter or deadlifter. If they're a fighter, they're not going to be able to throw. If they're a pitcher, they're not going to have a powerful throw or hip extension. So it really goes all across the board. Most people, most athletes in general, when they come here, have no lower back, no glutes, and no hamstrings. Well, the PowerCranks caught my attention immediately because to me, the first thing that popped into my mind was it's a hamstring bike. Anything for us that can work the hamstrings in a new way is always welcome. We do a lot of stuff here, a lot of it centers around a barbell or other really heavy weighted things. So the PowerCranks is a little bit unique for our strength athletes in that we can use a conditioning component along with hamstring development. I think it's a great tool. There's many different ways we've already experimented with on the PowerCranks, both from doing timed elements for our mixed martial artists or for our football players, so they might go for 15 minutes at various stages. Our powerlifters sometimes use it as a warm-up tool and then do very intense intervals on it. So really it gives us an additional tool to work the hamstrings where you're not loading the spine. So it's something where it can be muscle specific as opposed to having to use a real big basic compound exercise like a good morning or a deadlift.
No, once the hamstrings go, I know it's done its job, so it's a nice change.
Really for us, whether someone is a power lifter or they're training for a mixed martial arts fight, the goal is the actual event should be much easier than what they actually do in training. If someone's a power lifter, they need to have the muscular endurance and strength to be able to get through the entire meet without dying in the deadlift. If they're a football player, fourth quarter, they need to be popping like they do in the first quarter. So that's what we try and train people for. As far as the PowerCranks go, I think they're an excellent tool that could really replace a lot of the nonsense we see in regular gyms today. We see a lot of this spinning class stuff, and that's become a very popular modality for people to train on. The PowerCrank bike, in my opinion, really completely makes regular spinning opposite. We would never bring a spin bike in the Diablo Barbell. I don't think it would do anything for our athletes. PowerCrank is a whole different story because now you're actually working on a weakness and developing special strengths. Most people in this country have bad backs or all kinds of health problems because they're just weak. Something like this can make someone, whether they're just an average athlete, a weekend warrior, a fitness enthusiast, or professional athlete, much better condition, much better shape from top to bottom. So this should really be a product that I think, as far as a conditioning tool, should be in every gym in the country. Yeah.
So PowerCranks are a tool that can be added to the strength training regimen to ensure that all of the muscles of the lower extremity, including the core, are equally trained. This brings the weakest muscles in the chain closer to the strongest and ensures balance, something very difficult, if not impossible, to do before, and will make the athlete stronger. I'd like to invite you now to put your leg over the saddle of one of our bikes at the CSCCA Expo in Salt Lake and see how you do. Only about 1 in 100 first-timers can pedal for as long as 1 minute without stopping. Remember, if they are easy, they wouldn't make you better. See you there.